Remember a few years back when American leftists took to the streets to protest Trump by literally screaming at the sky like escaped mental patients? Yeah, well, if it were possible, the British version of that is even more cringe. Every Tuesday at 8 PM, it's time to hashtag boo for Boris. Kinda reminds me of something. Some sort of book written 70 odd years ago that foresaw a dystopian Britain in which brainwashed fanatics exercised their vitriol by partaking in a regularly scheduled 2 minutes of hate. The citizens of Airstrip 1 mustered up a lot of enthusiasm, but I'm sure the brave FPBE UK resistance could match that, right? No. Giving a saucepan a good hiding during the hashtag boo for Boris. That'll show him. Few neighbours out in force as well. Yeah, can't see any. When two worlds collide. What the fuck? We don't even know each other. Hope she sees this, bro.
I don't know what to do.
Well, most people seemed to default to making random animal noises, so maybe try that. Hashtag boo for Boris. Very loud on my road tonight. Brilliant, best one I've heard so far. Really loud. Mighty impressive. Oh really? Let's see the original.
Boo!
Really loud. You are trolling, right? You're literally holding a speaker out of the window that's playing this YouTube sound effect track. No, she's deadly serious. They even uploaded a special pre-recorded booing soundtrack to YouTube to try and amplify what was frankly a lackluster effort. And just as a warning, if you're wearing headphones, turn the volume right down on this one because you could seriously damage your ears. Really loud. Yeah, mate, your dog's making more noise than your entire street. But let's be fair. In some areas of the country, huge throngs of protesters took to the streets.
Here to say boo to Boris! Boo!
Mighty impressive.
Oh, not many of my neighbours are here. Booing for Boris. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo, boo.
Why are they so upset? Because Boris Johnson refused to fire this dude, who committed the cardinal sin of driving his 4-year-old son to his parents' house to receive urgent childcare because he and his wife caught coronavirus. Even though the lockdown law literally said you could do that, they're outraged because Dominic Cummings violated social distancing rules. And the fact that he was the mastermind behind the Brexit campaign totally has nothing to do with it. Blue check marks on Twitter expressed a true diversity of opinion on the issue.
It's one rule for Boris Johnson's closest advisor, another for everybody else. It's one rule for Boris Johnson's closest advisor, another for everybody else. It's one rule for Boris Johnson's closest advisor, another for everybody else. It's one rule for Boris Johnson's closest advisor, another for everybody else. It's one rule for Boris Johnson's closest advisor, another for everybody else. It's one rule for Boris Johnson's closest advisor, another for everybody else. It's one rule for Boris Johnson's closest advisor, another for everybody else.
The very architect of the model that the UK lockdown was based on, violating the lockdown to go and shag his married mistress, don't really care about that. Left-wing Labour MP Stephen Kinnock violating the lockdown to visit his parents, don't really care about that. Left-wing Scottish MP Ian Blackford travelling 600 miles from London to Scotland after the lockdown order was announced, don't really care about that. It's okay when we do it. And the media, who whipped up all this frenzy about Cummings not social distancing. Turns out that when they're stalking Cummings outside his house are not big adherents of social distancing themselves.
Social distancing.
Social distancing, guys, mind the car, please. Just keep your 2 meters out.
Good morning, Mr. Cummings. Good morning, Mr. Cummings. On behalf of the nation, did you return to Durham in April? Lots of people wanting to know.
And not content with seeing irate lefty protesters scream at Cummings from his own doorstep, Sky News sent someone to Durham to harass his elderly parents. Meanwhile, the taxpayer-funded BBC, whose charter explicitly states that they have to remain neutral, treated the story with complete impartiality.
Good evening. Dominic Cummings broke the rules. The country can see that.
I don't even like Boris. His lockdown policy has been disastrous. But these people aren't upset about that. The polls show they want lockdown to continue indefinitely and want it to be made even stricter so they can sit on their arses for another 3 months and get paid by the government to do nothing. I mean, the economy's gone to shit, there's mass unemployment, thousands of people will die because they can't get cancer treatment, but hey, at least we get to virtue signal on Twitter about blonde man bad. And don't forget, a lot of the same boo Boris people will be out once again tomorrow applauding the NHS.
What are they doing?
Watch this space.
Jump out the way for a minute while I do that. It's alright, I'll just stand in the corner. I need to go upstairs.
Really curious. I'm really curious. That's why we've been waiting so long. We're all down here with a bunch of mops.
They are mugging the system.
Been in the hospital, what?
Okay, so you're going to freestyle after Jacinto squeaked. Don't go near anyone. Don't go near anyone, otherwise they won't get you. Stay in your spot.
I'm mocking it. I'm like,
Do you need to get through?
is this really happening? Am I really witnessing this?
I need to do my own TikTok.
Yeah. I've seen it all now. That's enough.
Woo! We love our NHS!
It's absolutely crucial for you to help me fight the war on free speech by supporting me via Subscribestar, link in description, and also signing up for my free newsletter at summit.news/newsletter.